My name is Gilbert Feliciano. Are you speaking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you, my friend Gilbert. What's on your mind?
All right, cool. Well, I wanted to actually talk about what you started the show with,
Mm-hmm.
the gun control, because I
Yep.
consider myself, on the left, but I guess I'm on the fringe on this. So I
Okay.
just wanted to voice my opinion on this.
Go for it,
And
man.
I'm a burner, you know,
Mm-hmm.
burn your bus, I'm not with her, no Trump, the whole spiel. Hashtag our revolution. But um, historically, though, us as minorities, as a community, just as people of color and people trying to fight the oppressive system, um, the system has always tried to keep guns out of our hands. So,
Mm-hmm.
the system has always tried to keep guns in authorities' hand
Mm-hmm.
and try to take that power, I guess, if you want to put it that right to bear arms, um, strictly with more affluent communities, and obviously we see with the slave laws, after all that,
Mm-hmm.
there were states that specifically said, like, okay, if you're, black, you can't have a six-shooter, kind of stuff like that, all kinds of. But then when we have the Black Panthers coming in
Yep.
and vociferously voicing their
Right to bear arms.
advocacy of,
Mhm.
yeah, you know what, this is our right, and the main point of having guns is really, I mean, the way revolutionaries look at it is to protect yourself against a tyrannical government and to protect yourself against the police.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, let's just be real about it, because a lot of times it's like as soon as you say that, it's like everyone's like, oh, this guy's talking revolution, or this guy's a radical, this guy's a whatever, you know what I mean? And they try to even marginalize you there.
Mm.
But historically, that's the truth.
Yeah. No,
So
let
and
me
now
let
we
me jump in
have all
there. Let me jump in there real quick because
it,
I meant to thank you for your call because I wanted to mention that earlier. You
well,
know, gun control was something that the NRA was all for once they realized the Black Panthers were asserting their right to own guns. The entire debacle with Governor Ronald Reagan in the '60s with the Black
yeah,
Panther Party, all of a sudden the
and we
NRA
know
was
that
in
the
favor.
Mulford
Go ahead.
and Mulford was passed too specifically to prevent Black Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
from bearing arms in the legislature.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
I can't.
so
Yeah.
and just just because I know you're about to cut off, so I just want to get a couple things off real quick. First off, definitely everyone should give you a review on iTunes. If you listen to the show's normally about an hour. We can all get at least 2 reviews in every time. Start building them up. Uh, secondly, and then secondly, I did want to address one point that an earlier caller made, and I think she really nailed it. I mean, she precisely said that this, sit-in in Congress is the equivalent to the Republican bathroom bill for the Democrats. And it really is, because at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, us on the left, and I mean revolutionary leftists that aren't afraid to say we're socialists and proud of it, that socialists, fought against Nazis historically, that we fought, you know what I mean? If you look at the liberation theology movement in Central America, it was community organizers, church people, and socialists. You know what I mean? Human rights advocates. I mean, and that's pretty much grassroots, as grassroots can get.
Yeah.
So I mean, right now we have Hillary talking about, and honestly, I feel, my personal opinion, this almost feels like a coup from within with the Democrats, because this was the one issue that did separate Bernie and Hillary domestically.
Interesting.
Everything else, she could say, I'm 12, he's 15, but we're both for the values of raising the wages and blah, blah. This was the one issue that she really went hard on him. And as soon as she got some of the gun control money, she went ultra hard with the you need to apologize, when she wanted Bernie to apologize for saying that Remington shouldn't be held accountable, which makes sense. I mean, if you make a car and I run over someone, how can Ford be sued when I'm the one that, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And they let her get away with this, and they let the Democrats get away with this.
Amen.
You know, fortunately, we have.
Yeah. No, hey, listen, thanks so much for the call, man. I have to cut it because we're actually already over time, but I appreciate the input. But yeah, I don't. I think my audience would appreciate me. I don't know. Would you guys appreciate it more if I was just black or white? Because you know, I don't exist in black or white. I understand the problem of gun violence. I understand the value of of the right to bear arms. I know that gun control would help minimize specific type of gun, not just random, not just this type. Nothing that they're doing today is going to address the real issue, right? But you can take guns out of the hands of people, and you'll see a reduction in gun deaths. It's, you know, but you won't see an end to the reasons that people actually kill people with handguns. And we all have our belief as to why it's happening. I personally believe that when you put people in a community and that community is there and they're trying to survive and they're trying to get whatever they can get in the middle of seeing all of this posh luxury around them, you know, everybody wants a piece of that American pie. And so they're going to do whatever they can, legal or illegal, to get there, including kill people. Crime is overwhelmingly an economic phenomenon. I think I'm paraphrasing. I think I'm quoting it exactly from this Oxford study. That crime is an economic phenomenon. And if you're not addressing the economic underlying phenomenon, then you're not addressing crime, and you're not going to be addressing gun violence. And so, you know, you may have a good point, right? I'm just ruminating this over in my mind. I'm just spinning this over in my mind, right? You have a good point. We can clearly cut down on gun violence by taking all the guns off the street. Problem solved in terms of gun violence. But we will not solve the problem that caused the violence in the first place. The underlying issues that put people at odds with one another. It's not just, you know what the Republicans are going to say at that point. Republicans, they're going to say, oh, it's a sin issue. You know, they need to come to Jesus.